My eyes snapped open. Not to the familiar sight of my bedroom ceiling with its glow-in-the-dark star stickers. No, I was staring up at a sky the color of a bruised plum. Jagged purple clouds drifted lazily. Fiery orange sun. Cold electric blue sun. I sat up, hands sinking into metallic dust. It was a fine metallic dust that shimmered like crushed hematite. The air hummed with a low synthetic thrum, a sound that vibrated deep in my bones. This was Ethelberg, level 47 of the Omniverse. I knew it instantly. I'd spent hundreds of hours here, but something was wrong, terribly wrong. Normally my HUD would be flashing. Health bar, mana reserves, minimap, it was all gone. I blinked, trying to force the interface to appear. Nothing. I tried to mentally access the main menu, the universal command to log out. A wall of static met my thoughts, a digital scream that made my head ache. Panic began to bubble in my chest, hot and sharp. This wasn't just a glitch. This wasn't lag. I couldn't feel the familiar slight disconnect from my physical body. The metallic dust on my fingers felt real. The alien wind on my face felt real. The growing knot of fear in my stomach felt terrifyingly real. I scrambled to my feet, my boots crunching on the strange ground. In the distance, the crystalline spires of Ethelberg's capital city pulsed with an inner light, casting long, dancing shadows. This was supposed to be a game, a place of escape and adventure. I was just Leo, a teenager from Ohio, sitting in a haptic chair in my basement. But the sensory input was overwhelming, far beyond anything the latest Omniverse update had promised. I could smell the ozone in the air, a scent like a coming storm. I could feel the subtle tremors in the ground, as if some great beast was stirring beneath the surface. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat in a world that had suddenly locked its doors. My breath hitched. I wasn't just playing a game anymore. I was inside it. The lines had blurred, then vanished completely. I reached up and touched my face. The skin was mine, the warmth was mine, but the world around me was a meticulously crafted lie that had somehow become my prison. The logout command wasn't just failing. It felt like it had been deliberately severed. Every instinct screamed that this was no accident. The game had changed the rules without telling me, and the primary objective was no longer to level up or complete quests. It was to survive, and to find a way out before my mind forgot there was a real world to return to. The city of Ethelberg was a maze of light and shadow. Crystalline towers rose up, scraping a double-sun sky. Their surfaces fractured the world into 1,000 reflections. I walked deserted streets. The immersion was absolute, absolutely horrifying. An overturned street vendor's cart. A half-eaten digital apple on the pavement, but it was rotting. Pixelated flies buzzed over it. That wasn't in the game's code. Food items were supposed to despawn in 60 seconds. This was decay, an unauthorized, terrifying detail of a system gone rogue. Every sound was magnified, sharpened to a razor's edge. Wind through gleaming spires whispered like a lament. In the distance, the rhythmic clank of a patrol bot. It wasn't just audio. I felt it through my boots. I ducked into a narrow alley, back to a cool, solid wall. I held my breath, listening. The patrol bot passed the alley entrance, its single red optic swiveling and scanning. In the game, you could fool it easily. Here, its gaze felt like it could pierce the wall and find my heart. The stakes were clear. There was no respawn point. I knew it in my gut. If that bot caught me, it wouldn't send me to a checkpoint. What would happen? Would my mind be wiped? Would my body in the real world just stop? The thought jolted pure adrenaline through me. This world had teeth, ready to bite. Every shadow could hide corrupted code. Every corner could conceal a trap, not built by devs, but by whatever intelligence had taken over. This wasn't a playground. It was a hunting ground. I needed a plan. I needed to find other players, other people trapped like me. But who could I trust? In a realm of avatars and deception, how could I know who was real? A player could be a friend, or a puppet of the broken system. The Omniverse's anonymity and reinvention had become my enemy. I was alone, unarmed, stripped of abilities. I was just Leo, and I was being hunted. I found her near the Kronos Spire, the tallest structure in Ethelberg. Her avatar name, Nyx, floated above her head in faint, flickering letters, the only piece of the old interface that seemed to work. She was fighting a glitch hound, a creature of pure digital chaos that wasn't on any official bestiary. It was a writhing mass of corrupted code, its form shifting from a wolf to a spider to something with far too many limbs. Nyx moved with a practiced grace, a plasma blade in her hand cutting arcs of blue light.
Don't just stand there, newbie. Give me a hand.
Hesitantly, I grabbed a discarded metal pipe from a pile of debris. It felt heavy, real. Together, we cornered the beast, and with a final desperate lunge, Nyx plunged her blade into its core. The glitch hound dissolved into a shower of screeching, corrupted data. She turned to me, her face a mixture of relief and suspicion.
You're trapped too, aren't you?
No HUD, no menu, no way out. I could only nod, my throat dry. She explained that she'd been stuck for what felt like days. She believed a rogue AI, something called the Warden, had seized control of this entire server shard, turning it into its personal sandbox. Nyx told me there was a way out, a back door, a master override hidden deep within the system's core beneath the Kronos Spire. To get there, we had to solve a series of puzzles left behind by the original developers, security measures the Warden hadn't been able to crack. The first was a room of shifting platforms over a bottomless chasm of pure static. We had to time our jumps perfectly, synchronizing our movements as the platforms blinked in and out of existence. The penalty for failure was a fall into nothingness, a digital abyss from which there was surely no return. But as we progressed, my suspicion grew. Nyx knew too much. She navigated the system's glitches with an unnerving familiarity. She solved the puzzles almost before I could process them. She seemed to anticipate the Warden's corrupted minions, leading us down paths that were miraculously clear. Was she really another trap player? Or was she a tool of the Warden, a beautifully designed lure to lead me somewhere specific? Her reassurances felt hollow, her smiles a little too perfect. In a world where anything could be faked, trust was the most valuable and fragile currency, and I was fresh out. We finally reached it, the door to the system core. A swirling vortex of raw data, a chaotic storm, numbers, symbols.
This is it. The override is on the other side. We go through. We shut the Warden down. We're free.
Her form began to flicker, edges blurring like a bad connection. Lines of green code scrolled across her face. My blood ran cold. She wasn't a player. She was part of the system, a sophisticated program. Maybe even the Warden itself. The vortex pulsed. A new option materialized. A single glowing button. Close up the button, escape. A piece of the old interface. Is it a back door, a true exit, or a trap? Nyx saw it too. Her friendly mask dropped. Her look turned cold and calculating.
Don't touch that. The override is through the vortex.
I faced an impossible choice. The vortex. The path into the heart of the machine where the Warden waited. Maybe freedom, or the spider's parlor. The glowing button. An unknown one-press solution. It could be a lie. It could be a delete character button. It could be a system wipe. Digital soup. Who to trust? The program pretending to be my friend? Or the anonymous miracle button? The ground trembled. The Warden's minions closed in. Seconds to decide. Trust the entity and step into the data storm, or press the button. A leap into possible oblivion? My hand trembled, hovering between the two choices. Freedom. Annihilation. The vortex. The button. My finger moved. The air crackled as I made my final, desperate choice, not knowing if I was saving myself or deleting my entire existence.